My wife just chuckled, declaring, "Cease being so sensitive regarding my business trip. You know, they say hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. But what about a man who just had his entire world turned into a calculated lie? What about the quiet fury of someone who saw it coming and planned for every single twist? Because I promise you, they learned a lesson that day." She didn't even kiss me goodbye. Not a peck, not a half-hearted pat on the back. Nothing. Just the sharp click-clack of her designer suitcase across our marble entryway. Her phone was already glued to her ear, sunglasses perched on her head, at 6 a.m., still pitch black outside. "I'll text you when I land," she said, not even glancing my way. It wasn't a promise, just a fact, like ticking off a box on a checklist. I stood there in my pajamas, coffee mug halfway to my lips, watching her adjust her Burberry scarf in the hallway mirror. She'd been up since 4:30, the hairdryer, the clinking of makeup bottles, all that effort for a client meeting. "Are you sure the meetings need 4 full days?" I asked. My voice was calm. I'd practiced keeping it calm. She paused. Not to think about my feelings, no. She paused to prepare her response. I could see it, the tension in her shoulders, that slight tilt of her head. That was her, dealing with an inconvenience. Then she turned, and there it was, that smirk. The one that made her look like she'd just won an argument I didn't even know we were having. Her chin tilted up, lips curved in this theatrical way, like she was performing for an invisible audience. "Stop being so emotional about my work trip," she said, each word carefully spaced, like she was explaining something to a child. "I'm not your property." Those words hung in the air, heavy and acid, settling deep in my chest. I didn't argue, didn't raise my voice. I didn't give her the emotional reaction she probably expected, even hoped for, something she could screenshot and send to her friends later, proof that her husband was controlling or insecure. I just looked at her, really looked at her, and said one word, "Noted." Her smirk faltered. Just for a second. A micro-expression barely there, like she'd expected a fight and didn't quite know what to do with my calm. Then she was gone. The door clicked shut. Her heels echoed down the hall toward the elevator. And I stood there, in our $4 million penthouse, surrounded by the life we'd built together, and felt something inside me shift. Not break. Breaking implies sudden, violent, uncontrolled. This was different. This was a gear clicking into place, a switch being flipped, a decision being made with the cold precision of a surgeon making the first incision. I walked to my study, the one room in the apartment she never entered. "Too boring," she'd said, smelled like old paper. I pulled a leather-bound folder from the second shelf, tucked behind a row of first edition. Full story video added in below.